Good morning, everybody. I'm just gonna make like this really quick video because I figured nobody's probably, well, I don't know, I'm sure somebody has, but I thought why not do like an ovulation test live. So I have like my little digital reader here, and I have like all my little tests here. So and I've already collected, so I figured, you know, why not? It's probably gonna be negative. This is my first one taking a cycle. I'm on cycle day 11. I normally don't ovulate till like cycle day 16 at the earliest, so, but they upped my dosage, so who knows, I guess. So anyway, I've done this so many times that, like, if you're gonna open these, by the way, make sure you open them with like the flap the furthest to your right and tear down like that, because that's the easiest way to open them. I mean, I open stuff with my teeth, so. Because then it like just opens, like, gives you a nice big slit to take that out of. So, funny story, yesterday when I got back from the RE, I had actually woken up, or I had actually came home, sorry, I literally just woke up. I had came home and I had taken, I had made a video. It was like 35 minutes long, and it was 35 minutes long. And hold on, I gotta count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I normally count till 20. I think it says to count till 15, but whatever. Anyway, so now we're gonna wait and make sure that that starts to flash. But I made done, perfect. So I made a 35 minute long video. It was ridiculous. And it was absolutely ridiculous. And I talked to you guys about like everything that my RE said. I explained it in depth to you guys, what we were gonna do, how we were gonna do things, why we were gonna do things. It was a very in-depth video for you guys. And I went to upload it to YouTube, and I hit upload, and then about 3 hours later, I delete my videos after I upload them, so I don't have all this memory on my phone. And so I, it was like 3-4 hours later, it was like late at night, I was going through my pictures and I deleted the video. And I was like, oh, I wonder, you know, like if anybody's watched my video yet, if anybody has commented or anything. So I get on YouTube and I'm looking, and like it says that my video transfer failed. Like my video transfer failed, and then it hit me that it must have not uploaded, and then when I deleted it, it deleted it. So it's like forever gone. The video's gone, so I'm gonna have to make another one for you guys. And that was like 8 o'clock last night, and I wasn't gonna make another one, so I'll make another one today. It's not gonna be this one that goes that in depth, because I just woke up and I was like, oh, I could just do like a live OPK test. So anyway, I'm gonna show you guys what it looks like. Yeah, I think I can pick it up. I think they said I can like pick it up like this. I think you can like hold it like this. But see it flashing? That means that it's working. And you're just supposed to wait. And then I got the only kind that I can use is the ones that are either an open circle, no surge, or a smiley face. They have the ones that are like no surge, high surge, or high peak, or it's peak and then high, or something like that. They have like the flashing smiley face and then the solid smiley face. And the reason why I have to use these is because my LH surge is constantly high. So so I can't use like the dip strips because they will constantly be positive for me. But this little thing, like what it does is it records like the last 48 hours of your like last 2 tests, and it goes off of that. So if you constantly have a high LH, it's not going to matter, because basically what's going to happen is it's going to detect that surge, you know, okay, this day it's higher than the last 2, you know, so it kind of does that. Anyway, I'm going to go ahead and show you guys. So no surge this morning. And if you guys want to see what they look like, and I'm going to tell you right now about these. They're like, okay, well, don't look at them off of the thing. Well, my first time ever doing these, I kept them. I kept all of these little strips, and that's what it looks like. So, you know, and everybody's if you look online, they'll be like, okay, this is the control and this is the test line, and when it gets dark enough, then you're going to be positive. And I'm here to tell you that my first surge I detected on my own. I detected it at cycle day 16. I got my positive smiley face, and it actually, it's 11 o'clock, okay, it actually never, ever got even close to being dark to that control line. I kept all of them, and it was never, ever as close to that line at all. Like, they say these lines don't matter, and they really, really don't. But then, when I did my trigger, the very next day of my trigger, because I wasn't picking up a surge on my own, I was like, why not? I'm going to test for it and see what happens. So I tested, and I immediately got, like, a solid smiley face, which makes sense because I triggered. But this was, like, the test line was, like, crazy darker than the rest of them. Like, it was, like, blaring positive. So, ooh, hopefully those are good cramps. It was, like, blaring positive, though, so I thought that was funny, that, you know, it was positive. So, you can't really tell a whole lot by these lines, though, just so everybody knows. So, I mean, it really just depends which way you hold it. I'm not sure. A lot of people say that, like, the one furthest away is the control line, the first line's the test line, like a normal test, which makes the most sense, you know. So, I mean, but you can't tell. I can't be like, oh, I'm getting close to ovulation by this. There's just, because it's all about the reader. And then this result stays on there for 3 minutes. The solid smiley face stays on there for 8 minutes. So, and then if you, like, keep them, you can, like, cap them and keep them and whatever. I'm going to throw it away because I know that they're useless to me. Man, I'm cramping really bad. Anyway, so, I'm just going to go quick, over some stuff. This is my little box. It says you can only fail when you, you can only fail when you stop trying. And, this is like my little box to keep my ovulation test. Basically what it is in the feminine hygiene aisle, they have like these little like wipes by Always, and they're like, you know, for your period, I'm assuming, and they came in this little box, and I kept the box, and it fits everything like perfect. Like, here's all my little tests. So my husband he wrote me a nice little note, and then I keep that in there, and then there you go. And then I keep that up there by my like little sterile cups. I buy those plastic cups you can get anywhere. They're like little bathroom cups. They're itty bitty little things. And I buy those. And they're not like sterile, but they're cleaner than me using like anything else. So anyway, I'm just going to really quickly go over this for you guys. It's not going to be as in-depth as it was. But basically, my RE is ordering a low amount of medication for me to do IVF, and when he writes the protocol down, he's going to send it to the nurse is going to send it to billing, and billing is going to contact me with a price. They're going to let me know what I have to do before to get to that point, and how much I'm going to have to pay, and this and that. That's our biggest setback right now, is because they told me once upon a time that I was going to have to pay like a $700 down payment, even though my insurance covers it. And I just don't know. I don't know what they're going to tell me. They said it depends on how much medication he orders you. He told me that I have a high AMH level, so it's probably not going to be a whole lot. But until they contact me, I really won't know. So, I really won't know. I kind of just went into detail of like, how he explained it to me, how he explained the process, how much it was going to cost in terms of their facility. Just like the average cycle, it was like $11,000, close to $1,200. So it was something along the lines of that. I went over my results that I got from my blood panel. My AMH level is at 14.5, so it's extremely high. I'm polycystic. I have tons and tons of ovaries. My antral follicle count, which is how many ovaries I had at the time of or how many eggs I had at the time of screening follicles, I guess you would say. And you're supposed to have 10. I had 70, so I'm extremely polycystic. He's very worried about me hyperstimulating when I do IVF. So we're gonna just start on like the lowest dose possible. He didn't want to do a different protocol. He's like, well, there's another protocol that we can use that isn't like the Lupron and the, God, what else was it? Lupron and, he didn't write the other one down here. But basically I'm going to do like the normal amount of like medication. I'm going to do the LH, FSH, and the, what's the other shot that you do? What's the Lupron? I can't remember what Lupron is. I'm half asleep. But I'm basically going to be doing all of the normal shots that you do for an IVF, like including like the intramuscular progesterone shots after the IVF. I'm going to be doing everything, even though I'm very tiny, and even though like I'm actually considered normal weight, guys. Now, by the way, I've gained 20 pounds, and I'm super, super excited about it. But anyway, so basically my AMH level being 14.5, and they want it to be at a 5. It's not bad that I'm higher, but it just shows that I'm extremely sensitive to any medication they're going to give me, is what he said. So if I'm wrong, don't yell at me. I'm just saying what he said. So basically with that, he wants to start me off at a really low dose, and we're going to constantly monitor me. And if my follicles aren't growing the way that he'd like them to, I guess he's going to up the dose, is what he said. So we will see what happens. We'll see what happens on that. He said there's another protocol that they have that isn't the normal medication like Lupron and everything else, but he said that he's scared I won't react to those at all, because even though I'm very sensitive to medication, it's kind of hit or miss with me. I took 6 cycles of Comet and I ovulated 4 times, never changed the dosage. And then I've been on Letrozole 3 times. First one I ovulated on my own, or at least I picked up a surge on my own. They didn't monitor me, which really scares me, because we went off of that for cycle 2. Because I picked up a surge on my own on my little kit, and we didn't monitor me. We just went straight into the IUI, and I wasn't pregnant. So I'm hoping that I picked up the surge on my own, and it wasn't just a fluke in the test. But the second one, I didn't pick up a surge. So they monitored me. I had 1 big follicle, that's it. Which, you know, is concerning. And I wasn't releasing it on my own, so we triggered. So that's why we upped it this time to 7.5 milligrams of Letrozole. And anyway, I'm getting off topic. Basically, I'm really hoping that I do it this cycle, but you never know with me. So plans are basically probably not until July. That's probably the earliest, but that also depends. Like if they call me tomorrow and they're like, hey, you owe us $100 because that's all that your insurance has processed thus far, pay this and we'll get you started, then yeah, I'm gonna do that, obviously. But if they call me and they're like, hey, you owe us $3,000 so far, you have to pay this before you start, because that's what our deductible was for our insurance, then, you know, obviously it's gonna take us a little bit longer to pay it off. So it's basically gonna be, when we pay it off is when we're gonna be able to start IVF. And I'm terrified, and I'm just petrified, and I'm scared, and it's nerve-wracking, but I'm so hopeful, and I'm so happy, and I just really, 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 really hope that everything goes smoothly and we're able to do it. But you never really know. So basically, this was my lovely little live ovulation test. This is what the stick looks like. It probably still has a big negative on there. No, it doesn't. So it's negative this morning, but it's, you know, cycle day 11, I think, today. So it's normal. I go on vacation Friday. I leave for vacation. I'll be in West Palm Beach, Florida. So fun fact, I used to live in Daytona. I lived there for a while. It's like my favorite place in the entire world. I consider it my hometown. It means the world to me. I love, love, love Daytona. And I have lots of family that live down in Florida. I have some that live in Melbourne, some that live in Hollywood. And we are looking into moving in there, and we're going to move possibly to Hollywood depending on when, depending on like basically this cycle. Like my insurance is going to reset in December. So if we are unable to do this process until December, or we're not pregnant by December, when my insurance's deductible resets in January, we're going to change insurances. So at that point, we have to start from square one again, like with our deductible and everything. And we'll probably just move and get a new RE if I'm not pregnant by then. So basically, we will, you know, unless they're like, I don't know, I'm not sure. We're looking into moving though, basically. So that's interesting. Anyway, I'll be on vacation from the 21st to the 28th. So that I'll be there, and I'll be posting some videos. Just, kind of updating you guys. I'm expecting a surge, like, in the middle of my vacation, which isn't a bad thing. I just won't be able to do IUI, and I'm nervous about that because I'm not sure, like, we haven't went through and did, like, I mean, I know my tubes are clear. I know that all of that stuff's clear, but I don't produce, like, a fertile cervical mucus ever, so I have to use pre-seed, and I'm just scared that's not enough. So, who knows, I guess. Who knows? I mean, I'm going to give it a shot. I'm kind of nervous about it. But, you do what you can. And this was really going to be just kind of like, I'm not going to stop trying. But I'm not going to put, like, my 100% into it either. Like, I'm going to kind of relax. I've been temping and testing. But it's been very lax. It hasn't been crazy. I've been temping and I've been flatlining at, like, 97.4. So I just didn't test it this morning. I don't know where my thermometer is. So, I mean, as I said, as of right now, it's so early that it doesn't matter a whole lot. But who knows, I guess. Who knows? So I'm trying to make sure that I went over everything that I wanted to with you guys. When billing calls me, which I'm hoping will be by the end of this week, I will know more. I will know, what's going to happen, and hopefully I'll have a decent idea, and I'll be able to tell you guys, our plans of when we're going to start doing it, or when we're hoping to start doing it at, and all of that other stuff. And I'm not going to go into detail about all the information they gave me like I did last time. So that's just something, I mean, it wasn't that important. It was just, for the people out there who are going through this, or who are going to be going through this, questions to be asked. But you can always ask me questions, and I'll be happy to go, to comment on it. Or if you guys want a video of the detailed information, like the percentage of, like, success and all that other stuff, I'll be happy to make one. But I kind of ramble a lot when I get going, so I guess this kind of did turn into, like, what happened at my RE's IVF consultation. So, I mean, I guess it did kind of turn into that, but it's not as detailed as the other one I made, so that sucks. But basically, that's about that, I guess. So, I will let you guys know more on what I'm doing this cycle and what we're going to be doing for IVF. I'm really hoping that they'll call me and everything will work out and we'll be able to start in June, because I do want to start in June after this cycle if I'm not pregnant. But there's no telling what's going to happen at this point, so there's no telling, guys. So I think that's all I have for you today. Yeah, I'll keep you guys updated on cycle day 11 today. No surge, no temp drop, no nothing fancy. So we're just waiting. Earliest I've ever surged is cycle day 16. So I still have about a week left if I still go by those standards, and if I'm ovulating any sooner, would be great. It'd be great if I could ovulate tomorrow, because then I could actually do an IUI, but I doubt that's gonna happen. So who knows? We will go from there, I guess. Also, women with PCOS, if you have ever tried, God, how is it pronounced? It starts with an I. It's like inositol or something like that. You read these things online and you never figure out how they're pronounced. But it's like a powder, and I've heard a lot of people, like, rave over it. Like, it's amazing for people with PCOS. So I'm going to be giving it a shot if I don't do IVF in next cycle, because I don't want to mess up my IVF with anything. But I also heard that spearmint tea helps with testosterone, and I have a very high level of testosterone. So who knows? That's just something. If you guys have ever had any kind of tips or tricks to share with me, I would greatly appreciate it, because you're always learning in this process. So and you're always trying, like, a million different things that you never thought that you'd tried before. So any tips, any tricks, any things like that, I really appreciate it. Just keep the positivity up. Don't be negative. Don't tell me like, oh, well, this isn't going to work. This has a low chance of working. This didn't work for me. Like, you know, I mean, I get that you want to share like, hey, this didn't work for me, but maybe it'll work for you. You know, it's just kind of one of those things. If you don't have something nice to say, don't say it at all. Just because, you know, like, you don't want to read like, hey, this didn't work for me, because then it's like, well, I'm getting ready to go through it, so I don't want to think that it didn't work for somebody else. You know, I want to think that like it's gonna work for me. So, you know, anyway, just try to keep the positivity up. As I said, this is a very hard journey, and I would like to stay positive and keep positivity going. So that would be great if you guys could do that for me. If anybody has tried that inositol, something like that, whatever it's called, if you guys have tried that powder, let me know, because I'm going to give it a shot. I would really like to try it. I'm up for anything, trying absolutely anything that I haven't already tried before to see if it works, see if it helps with anything, including like my anxiety, my mood swings, things like that. I heard that helps, just because I have such a high testosterone. I heard that helps lower it, and it's gonna help with like my anxiety and my testosterone and like my painful periods and things like that. So anyway, if you have any suggestions, I greatly appreciate them. Once again, just to kind of cover what we went over today, negative OPK this morning, cycle day 11, negative. Also, IVF plans will be updating accordingly, possibly July, latest August, because it takes 2 months to go through it. So, I mean, I guess really the latest would be probably October, November would be the latest that I would go through IVF. So, hopefully we'll do it by the end of this year, but I will keep you guys updated on that. If you have absolutely any questions, don't hesitate to get a hold of me. I'm happy to share what I've learned through my experience with everybody else. So I think that's all I have for you guys. Thank you for watching, especially so early in the morning. I didn't expect for this video to be this long, but I had so much stuff to share with you guys since my video got deleted last night. So I hope it wasn't too much of a ramble and that you guys got the information that you came here for. So I will keep you guys updated. I'll keep you guys updated as soon as I can with whatever new developments I have for you guys. So thanks for watching, and have a good day.